Welcome back to a daily bedtime story. Tonight's story is a story from We Are Girls. Written by Katie Hewitt, published by Bonnie Press. This story is called Victoria and the Valiant Adventure, illustrated by Micah Plezke. I love hiking and camping and wide open spaces, traveling and learning and finding new places. I dream of adventures, to tour the unknown, to blaze a new trail and do it alone. I'm setting out today for a hill out the back. I'll do it alone, just me and my pack. With hiking boots, jeans and a long-sleeved shirt, I know I'll be safe from being bitten or burnt. I check I'll have all I need out there alone. Water, food, first aid kit, compass and phone. It's time to get going. Oh, what a thrill! I wave goodbye and set off to the hill. It's so very calm and peaceful out here. Sounds that are lovely, air fresh and clear. Wherever I look, there is magic to find. Butterflies, nests, and tracks of all kinds. Soon I come to a beautiful creek. It's too deep to cross. The options look bleak. I find some small logs to tie side by side. I hope for the best and hop on for the ride. I float down the stream in the soothing, warm breeze and listen to the birds singing up in the trees. After checking my map, I head to the shore. I dismantle my raft and start trekking once more. This adventure's amazing. Today is the best. There's been lots of exploring, but it's time for a rest. Although I am tired, this journey's no chore. I look all around, and it makes my heart soar. On I continue to have some more fun. Then I spy a lizard that's out in the sun. A while later, I spot a dark cave. I take a deep breath and remember I'm brave. It's huge and it's dark. But look what I found. Rock formations coming out of the ground. The cave looks exquisite in the light's mellow glow. I can't wait to find out how these giant rocks grow. Once outside the cave, I hear an odd sound. I freeze like a statue, looking down at the ground. There's a snake moving faster than lightning. I know to keep calm, but it's still a bit frightening. She slithers away, and it's back to my quest, through overgrown bushes. Then I need to rest. My energy's low, not much left in store, but the end is in sight, so I push that bit more. Then finally, I've made it. I've reached the top. I step over the crest and come to a stop. Before me's a valley that's lush, bright and green, the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. As I sit at the peak and look out in awe, I glimpse a new place that I'd like to explore. I knew it would happen. I knew I could do it. I'll never give up once I set my mind to it. The woman who inspired Victoria. Victoria dreamed of adventure, to hike to the tops of mountains and look at the world from different angles, to enter into the unknown to see what she could discover, to set off on her own path by following both her compass and her heart. Some of the incredible women who made Victoria's triumph possible are shared with you below. These brave, determined, and resourceful adventurers always pushed themselves, and more often than not, realized they had no limits as they embarked on their thrilling journeys. Let's take a look at two of them. The first is Amelia Earhart. She said, "Adventure is worthwhile in itself." She was born on the 25th of July, 1897, and disappeared on the 2nd of July, 1937. She's from the United States. Amelia was the first female pilot to travel solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She was awarded the U.S. Distinguished Flying Cross military decoration in 1932, wrote fascinating accounts of her life in the air, and helped form the 99s, a group that continues to work today to advance female pilots through education, scholarships, and support. On an ill-fated flight in 1937, Amelia disappeared as she attempted to circle the globe in her plane. Despite continued interest in her disappearance, her adventures in life also still attract extensive attention. The next woman who inspired Victoria is Jane Goodall. She said, "The least I can do is speak out for those who cannot speak for themselves." She is still alive and was born on the 3rd of April, 1934, in the United Kingdom. Jane is the world's leading expert on chimpanzees. She grew up loving animals, and at just 26 years old, when she learned chimpanzees became increasingly endangered, she travelled to Africa to help. Jane ventured with her mother into the Tanzanian jungle and began studying the behaviour of chimpanzees. Despite it not being considered the proper place for a woman at the time, it took 2 years, but the chimpanzees eventually stopped fearing her after seeing her every day, and often came to her in search of bananas. The observations Jane has made are invaluable, helping to reshape scientific discussions about primate behavior and ecological preservation. Jane founded the Jane Goodall Institute in 1977, which continues its conservation efforts today. There's also a woman who inspired Victoria from South Africa. Asnath Mahapa, she said, "I thought if someone can fly this thing, that means I can also do it." She was born in October 1979 in South Africa. As a teenager, Asnath watched planes fly overhead with fascination. Determined to be one day to take the skies and soar, Asnath enrolled in flight classes. Despite being the only woman in the class and feeling ill during her early lessons, she kept going until she was eventually flying with ease. In 1998, she became the first black female pilot in South Africa. Asnath continues to fly, and in 2012, she opened the African College of Aviation to empower other women to one day become pilots. That's the end. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite.